Hey, what's up? It's Rob the Leprechaun. It's Cool Buzz Podcast, where you get the buzz on everything that's cool. We're recording right here in Red Rock Studios in Springfield, Mass. And I'm hanging out with the Deadheads.
That's right.
Hey.
Howdy.
Howdy do. And we are here because we're going to promote a big-ass show coming up, and I want to find out more about all about the background of these guys and girl. First of all, we will get into the show that's coming up. We promoted this last year. It is the 2020 Homeward Vets Winter Music Fest going on February 8th. It's the Big Surf Dance. It's got like 5 different names for this fucking thing. 3 stages of continuous music. It's from noon to 1 a.m. It's going on 355 East Street in Ludlow, Mass, over at the Polish American Club. It's $10 to get in, and it's freaking an awesome show. Is this going to be the Deadheads' first time playing this show?
As a full band, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We were booked last year, and everybody couldn't make it.
Oh, actually, might use that mic just real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so last year we were booked kind of last minute. I don't know exactly how that went down, but not everybody could make it. I think she had to work. She was scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Larry could make it, and I said, you know what, let's just do a duo. We had never planned on a duo. We never rehearsed like that. But, I wasn't scared. I like a challenge, if anything, if it's different and it's unexpected. That's kind of what turns me on.
By the way, first of all, that's Mark Bodie and Nicole.
Noelle, say something.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call me Nicole again, and I'll
kick my ass.
won't be the same person.
Sorry about that. Noelle, I apologize. Right. And what's your name?
I'm Larry. Larry Dulong.
Dulong. All right, cool. And Larry Green is the guy throwing the big show, or they call him Dishonest Gabe, in certain circles.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm going to be careful.
Oh, all right. So first of all, I wanted to find out how you guys met. I don't know if who wants to go first. You could probably say how you met them or how you got influenced to do. What do you guys? Your Deadhead tribute?
How far back should we go?
Well,
and as far as tribute goes, we're not doing things like sometimes people argue, oh, you're not a tribute band, you're a cover band. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't wear Bobby short shorts all the time. But I don't know who to be. So because I'm doing rhythm, I'm doing vocals, I'm doing leads. Should I wear Bobby short shorts but get a Jerry belly? And I'm not fat enough. So do I use a pillow? I don't know how to do a tribute. I was in a Green Day tribute band, but people yelled at me, said I wasn't a tribute because we don't look and act like them. So no, we don't want to classify ourselves as a tribute band. So I'd say we're a Grateful Dead cover band.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How did we meet? How far back should we go? I met her. I hired her as my bassist. Before we started the Deadheads, and then, bands change. We decided to do a new act, and we went to see a show, and we saw this guy playing piano with somebody, and I was like, yo, you want more solos?
Mm-hmm. A Neil Young tribute band.
Mm-hmm.
Come join my band, I said.
Yeah, and that was it. Then I started playing with him, and it's been 2 years now that we've been together, so we just played our 100th show.
Wow, 100 shows already?
Last week, 2 weeks ago, something like
that.
That's
awesome.
So.
In 2 years.
Yeah.
And so, Noelle, you're classically trained too, by the way? Or?
Yep. Yeah, I went to school for music, which is actually how I first met Larry.
Oh, really?
He tunes the pianos at Holyoke Community College. So
oh, sweet. That's
one
cool.
day I kicked down the door while he was tuning a piano, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's cool.
Better get the fuck out of here.
Where did you go to school?
Holyoke Community College.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I saw you were in the other room. You were playing a 6-string bass, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in my life. That's pretty cool. So you're all over the scales. And
I actually bought that thing because I was in a metal band at the time. And I wanted the low B, but I also I didn't like the 5-string. I like even numbers, I don't like numbers. I might as well go for the 6-string.
Yep.
And little did I know that when we started Grateful Dead band that Phil Lesh plays a 6-string bass, and he's played a 6-string bass since as long as I can remember or watch YouTube videos, as far as they go back in the 60s, back before people even knew what the heck they were.
That's cool.
I think it's kind of ironic and very convenient.
So how long has Deadheads been together then?
Almost 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. All right. And who else is in your band?
Dean Matthews, he's a drummer.
Drummer.
Yep.
So it's just four
Yep,
of you
just
guys.
four.
Okay. All right. That's cool. And do you guys ever do original music ever?
Oh, we're kind of starting to fiddle with that a little bit.
Throw it in, yeah.
Now that we can actually schedule rehearsals and practice more together.
And how often do you guys get to practice?
Maybe like twice a month.
Twice a month?
3
Okay.
times. We're trying to practice more.
Yeah.
We get to try to practice twice a month, but a lot of times it doesn't happen.
Yep.
Somebody's sick, or the weather's bad, or the car broke down, or
But we're getting there.
That's cool.
the 2 hours after dinner doesn't really seem like enough time, and it's like, forget it, I'll just see you at the show. Like,
And how, actually, where do you guys practice? You probably at your home or?
in the cellar where I
Yeah.
get you locked up and I erase your eyeballs.
Oh, Ruffles bulge. That's, hey, at least it's cheap and easy. You don't have to pay, rent and a freaking practice space. So that's pretty cool. Is there anything that you would like to tell us about? Like, how about how many songs you guys do, or how long are your sets when you play out? Something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Grateful Dead was notorious for long sets and long jams. Their catalog is huge. We're still not even 50% of their catalog, and we feel like we've got so much music. But just to keep people from leaving, we try to honor those long sets. And plus, if you're hiring me from 7 to 10, that's my time. I'm not going to waste it,
Yeah, you were
in the
telling me-
bathroom.
You were telling me in the other room that you don't stop playing. You basically play all those hours, which blows my mind.
It keeps
awesome.
people from leaving. I saw
Yep,
this guy and
I
his
agree.
wife in a couple shows, and he puts his coat on. She's like trying to get him out the door. We started another song. He took his coat off. And he's like, "We're not going nowhere." So it keeps people in. It keeps them having fun. But mostly, I want to entertain myself and my band. I put them first before the audience. Whatever you give to an audience, they usually accept it. Whatever you're gonna be putting out, and now that we have the niche of the Grateful Dead, they know what they're getting before they even show up. And
Yep.
a lot of times we start at 7, it's dead, and I've literally gone to my amp to plug in. I'm like, there's nobody here, and by the time I plugged in, I turned around. All of a sudden, it's like
room
a
full of
bus got dropped off.
Guys everywhere.
If we start at 7, they show up at 7. In a
That's
minute,
badass.
I'll play straight 3 hours, sometimes 3.5 hours. The evening of this show, we're booked earlier because we're going out to the Southwick Inn, and we do 4 hours there.
Holy cow! Wow.
So if they're like, one more song, and if my guitar comes off, everybody knows it's over. All of a sudden, within 2 minutes, the place is just empty, and the drummer's like,
He's got like an IV pump or something. Actually, I wanted to get into. You were telling me in the other room too is followers. You got like a lot of hits on what is it, Facebook or video, YouTube, or what's going on? Tell me about this.
We do a lot of promoting online to let people know about us, that there's a really fun Grateful Dead band out there. I think that's a big part of who we are, is that we take the music as serious as it needs to be taken, but we don't really take ourselves seriously. We all like to have fun on
That's
stage, and
He's a funny bastard, this guy.
if you're comfortable on stage, other people are gonna be comfortable watching you.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see someone up there that's just on stage and shaking and scared and nervous. It's not fun for anybody.
Yeah.
But we play for so much. We play so
Yep.
long and so much together that we're really comfortable,
That's
and it makes
cool.
everyone else.
And then you
Comfortable.
actually record all your shows, like you do a live what Facebook feed or
Yep.
something like that?
Facebook live stream every single weekend that we play.
That's
Yeah.
kick ass, and
Yeah.
you get a lot of people watching that too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it if there wasn't people
Yeah.
watching.
I hear you.
Even if there's one person watching, I'll be like, I'll record that show for you. It's your show right now.
And so, and you're playing keyboard in the band.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so, is it hard to get everyone on the same page, learning so many damn songs, or is it you just kind of work pretty well with each other?
I grew up listening to the
You're a
Dead,
master,
so-
huh?
Well, no, but I know all the songs, and I know all the words. I know how they all go. So these guys can, rehearse them at home together and come out and play them. And I know the song, even if I haven't played it before. So,
That's awesome.
So that's, that's good for me. I mean,
yeah, what happened when we met? I'm like, oh, you want to join my band? Do you like the Grateful Dead?
and
He
yes,
just laughed
yeah,
at me. Like,
because for years and years, it was the only band I ever went to see because they always gave you your money's worth. You go spend whatever on some band, they come out and do 75 minutes of their, radio show, or they're right off their album with no creativity at all, and it's going, well, that was wasted money. So
Yeah.
no,
And you guys kind of actually have your own sound, even though it's the Dead. You kind of put your own little tweak on things. Like you were telling me, you do solos, but you kind of add a little bit of.
The kind of magic that happens on stage is. I'd like to comment about one of Larry's comments. He says that he ran away to the circus called the Deadheads.
that's right.
And in the circus, Mark's the ringleader.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one with all the great ideas that just pop out of nowhere. I'm like the little messenger, like the one flying between the trapezes and going, hey, we're doing this song now.
And play the right notes.
And
It's also why I set us up on stage that way, so she can confer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, we live together. We're married. We're really close. It's really strong musical bond and connection, personally and musically.
Which is great. That's awesome.
So that's my responsibility on stage, in my eyes, is to communicate as subtly as I can with everybody else and let everyone know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm very spontaneous.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of pre-thought, but I'll have like several thoughts at once, all at once during a song. I try not to forget what song I'm playing, but I'll think of where I could take us, and I'll look at the audience and see, where they're taking me.
Yeah.
Where I could take
When
them.
there's so many songs, you have to take a few seconds and hear the first chord just to go, oh yeah, that's the song.
These guys are very quick about that. I got to say, I personally would hate to be in their position.
That's why you're not.
What's your favorite position then? Being right there at the mic,
Face
huh?
Being
down
the
on the
ring-
ground.
Oh.
Face down on the ground.
Downward facing dog.
Nah, being the ringleader,
But
it's like a loose cannon.
even our drummer, when we first had our show with our current drummer, Dean Matthews, he came by referral, and I said, hey, I got a show this Saturday. We show up. I hadn't even met him in person yet. We met outside. We shook hands and said, hey, come on in. And I kind of took advantage of the new guy, and I started throwing other songs in, like I did an Allman Brothers song, I did a Pink Floyd song, I did a Doors song, and he caught on to it, and I was super impressed. And now that he's with us all the time, I'm close enough, and I set up just a guitar to that side, and then I put them over there so they can just be them.
The rhythm section.
That's right.
Because we were in a band together.
Yeah.
I like to connect with my
6 or
drummer.
7 years, yeah. Oh yeah, I love jamming
And
with
me
you.
and you would lock in, and who cares about the rest of the band? You guys just keep up.
Oh hell yeah.
Nah, nobody.
And Dean's doing awesome. He within, it's like name that tune, within 2 notes, and he can just, if it's a tempo change, he'll just nail it. Or sometimes I'll look for a song where the tempo is the same, and we can just continue into the next song.
Sweet, cool. And one of the last questions I had for you is, do you have anything coming up besides the big dance show coming up? Do you have other things headed your way, recordings or shows maybe you want to promote real quick?
Well, we got a bunch of shows coming up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
If you can remember them all, throw them out there.
Every
Screw
weekend.
it.
Well, the night of the big surf dance, we're playing at the Southwick Inn.
Oh, the same night. So you're
Yep.
playing
Yeah.
the big surf dance, the Homeward Vets show, February 8th, which is that a Saturday or Sunday?
It's
I
a
didn't look.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday. So you're doing that in earlier, I
Yeah,
guess.
we're playing 3 to 4 somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere in that
Yeah,
area.
because the way they have it on the
2:30
list, it
to-
looks like you're second to last. So you're definitely earlier in the day.
Well, no, there's a bunch of bands later on
Yeah.
in the
So
evening.
yep.
too,
So
that-
it's noon to
at
1
that.
a.m. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So you're in the middle of the show. So
Yeah.
like three o'clock. You're saying
Yeah.
ish.
And then we play in Southwick at 9. But
Wow.
but we've got, these guys are working hard booking the band and real hard, and we're, we've got over 70 shows already booked for this year. So
Wow. Holy cow.
through
You guys
December.
are nonstop.
Yeah.
Yep.
through,
So yeah,
Yeah.
check us out on Facebook, the Deadheads MA for Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're playing
Every weekend. If you can't make the show, you could watch it on
That's
Facebook.
cool. And you have merch too. You're telling me you have shirts or
Yep.
something.
We have 3 different kinds of shirts. We got ladies shirts, we got tie dyes, we got
Oh.
some, shirts with our name on them.
Sweet.
We're actually playing at Greater Good Brewing in Worcester this Saturday.
this Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday, which is February 1st.
February 1st. Okay. Yep.
And then we're traveling out to
The day before the Super Bowl. So get your
Yeah.
asses out there.
Yep.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Simsbury, Connecticut. We're going to Keene, New Hampshire. We're out by
Oh, wow.
Boston. We're
Do you find any of your fans follow you at all, or is it too
Yes.
hard for them?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They'll drive an hour out, hour and a half sometimes to see us.
Holy shit, that's great. That's so
It's
cool.
nuts.
One of the guys from South Hadley came down to Ellington. Was it last night, the night before, whenever we played?
Was that the guy wearing our shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
cool.
talking
Oh,
to
yeah.
your mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what's your name again?
Larry.
Larry. Oh, yeah, Larry. How did I forget that?
I don't know.
Larry, and you play keyboards?
Yes.
And Noel,
Noel.
I apologize. God, I suck at this. I used to be on the radio at one point. So, yes, and you play
probably didn't
bass,
remember anybody's
and
names
Mark
then
Bodie
either.
sings and plays guitar. We're probably going to wrap it up right now. Oh, I do want to talk about the show that they are playing on. You can hold that if you want. So basically, we have the Winter Music Fest. It is the 2020 Homeward Vets show, the big surf dance. It's got 3 different freaking names, but it's still an awesome show.
Yes.
3 stages of continuous music. So while one's breaking down, another band's playing somewhere else. And it's at a new location this year. Last year was in Greenfield. This year it's at the Polish American Club on 355 East Street in Ludlow.
I could write that down.
Oh, yeah. It's from noon to 1 a.m. You can check these guys out, the Deadheads. They're going to be going on maybe around 3-ish. We don't know. So, but go to the whole damn show, you sons of bitches.
$10. What a
It's
deal.
$10 to get in to
Right.
see all these bands. I'm going to mention all the bands real quick. So it's got Peter J. Newland, also Radio X, or is that part of the same
his
damn
band,
thing?
yeah.
Okay. And then you got the Deadheads, of course, these guys here. And Shaka Zoba, The Leafies You Gave Me, Acoustica, Lisa Martin Band, Sleazy Top. I love that tribute band. They're freaking awesome. We got Norman Shell, Truck Stop Troubadours with Brian. Oh, my God. I love that band. And Carolyn Walker, Donut Kings, classic. Ramshackle, Kelsey, Orlin, and Gabriel and Avery, and much more, I guess. So it's a huge lineup. And before we go, also, I want to talk about... we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Joel Wilson's family and band members.
Right.
Poor Joel Wilson had a heart attack on stage at a show in Rhode Island, and he collapsed on stage. They revived him, but it was a little too late, and he's been on life support. And actually, by the time this comes out, they will be taking him off life support. So we are so sorry to hear this, and my heart goes out to the band Road Horse and Bomber, Vinny, Mike Gibbs, and Francisco. For they're the bandmates, and that's like family,
Oh, yeah.
and Joel, he was an influence in so many people. He worked at Music Men. He got people their first guitars. He probably trained so many people on guitar. So it's just a sad story, and here we are together, and I know you all probably know him. So it's just a very sad thing, and so our hearts go out to Joel Wilson and his family. All right, so it's another episode of Cool Buzz Podcast where you get the buzz on everything that's cool. I'm Rob the Leprechaun. This is the Deadheads Mass. Definitely go check them out wherever you see them. Check them out on Facebook. What's the address for that again?
The Deadheads MA.
All right, there you go.
Massachusetts.
Cool, and we're going to try to maybe set up a little jam session. If it doesn't work out, then fuck you. All right. So thank you for watching Cool Buzz Podcast. I'm Rob the Leprechaun. And thank you, Brian. Brian Clune? That's the guy I went to high school with. Mike Clune for doing all the work in the back here. And and showing me his nuts because he's nuts over me. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm out.
Thank you.